Yo, make sure you got your paperwork straight. I got Mickey the Truth.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. South Carolina, 803 to be exact. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So
the loudest is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
What's up, Truth Team? So there has been an update on the Julio Foolio suspect's bond hearing from yesterday. So let's get into it.
Bond, that is what a Hillsborough County judge ruled for the three suspects arrested in connection with killing a rapper outside of a Tampa hotel back in June. Police say Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gaithright, and Rashad Murphy followed Julio Foolio while he was celebrating his birthday here in town. Surveillance video shows the moments Foolio was ambushed and killed in the hotel parking lot.
Just FYI, that wasn't me saying damn. That's actually on a news clip of what sounds like a female saying damn. So when the news people are recording and editing their videos and they're saying damn, you know it's a lot going on. Let's get back into it.
In court, the lead detective testified, laying out the events and timeline of the shooting. The judge ordered that all three suspects will be held without bond until trial.
I'm finding that there is a substantial probability that all three defendants committed the dangerous crimes that they are charged with.
Right now, two additional suspects, Davion Murphy and Rashad Murphy, are also facing murder charges in connection with the crime. Davion Murphy has not been arrested at this time.
Well, as I told y'all, it's no shock to me that the bond got denied. Because in Florida, premeditated murder is a non-bondable offense. Or offense. Let me say that correctly. Okay? But the only way to get bond, as I told you, to reference your YNW Melly, YNW Bolton case, is for the attorney to ask for an Arthur hearing where they can present their case to a judge and say, hey, they don't have this or that on my client. But I'm going to be honest. At this point in time, it seems like each defendant has a lot going on. But what we're going to do now is get into some of the details that took place at bond court or pre-trial hearing. Let's get into it.
Teaser's Gentlemen's Club in Tampa for a paid performance.
He is the gentleman wearing the red beanie hat.
That's Tampa Police Homicide Detective Juan Ramos identifying the rapper, known as Julio Foolio, in new surveillance video from the club's parking lot. Suspects Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gaithright watched this video in court Thursday, too. All three face charges in Jones's death in what investigators say was an ongoing rival gang war. After leaving Teasers, the rapper went down the street to Truth 18 nightclub for an after party, posting on social media in live time.
This is the video here from his Instagram.
Surveillance video from outside that club shows how two suspect vehicles continued to follow Jones, just as they did at Teasers, and eventually to the Home 2 suites near USF.
They're approaching the victim's position on foot.
Video from the hotel and a parked Tesla show three shooters firing several shots at the vehicle Jones was riding in, killing him. With video playing such a big role in this case, Gaithright's attorney pushed back.
Once again, there is no actual video or identifiable footage that shows that Mr. Gaithright was physically present at Home 2 Suites. Is that correct?
Correct.
I'm going to be honest, that is a good point for the lawyer to point out. However, that lawyer going to have a hard time explaining, all right, we can't show you your defendant or your client on camera at Home 2 Suites. However, we can show him here, 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 here. So with that being said, you will have to prove, or you will have to paint the illusion that somehow your client got out of the car. Sounds familiar? Yeah, the YNW Melly defense. But with that being said, let's get back into it.
The state presented a picture from Gaithright's cell phone taken one day after the murder, showing a bottle of Don Julio. The detective testified that, based on gang knowledge, this represents an insult to the rapper Julio Foolio. Here's Gaithright's attorney.
Were you able to ascertain if my client, Mr. Gaithright, was the one that actually purchased Don Julio?
No.
So anybody could have been at that club and purchased it?
Yes, of course.
Hey, I'm going to be honest. It's going to be like I can only imagine how the prosecution is going to paint this picture. Because if you remember in the paperwork, it said following the homicide, the first activation of the Ring camera at the Airbnb was approximately at 14:09 hours, and it was defendant Isaiah Chance stamping out briefly with a champagne flute in his left hand. Meaning, hey, they were celebrating. Could it be alluded that in that champagne flute, it was Don Julio? Meaning possible celebration. And then let's not forget the text message where one of the Murphys, which they are alluding that it was Rashard Murphy, sent a text that said, pop a bottle of Don Julio today. So again, they're now saying they have this picture of, which appears to be like a club setup, right? With a Don Julio bottle. So was that a celebration that included the person on the other end of the text message? And again, something just doesn't sit right with me. Like, they allegedly did this crime and then they're celebrating there in the club popping bottles. Definitely screams money. But that's just me. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Now, it's another clip from another news station. Let's get into that and see if it's anything different. Let's go.
Detailed evidence that shows every location where the rapper was last seen the night he was killed. They have enough reason to believe that he was the target of a very calculated plan. At the same time, attorneys on both sides are arguing their case, and investigators believe that the suspects followed the rapper carefully on social media posts from various clubs throughout the night, eventually following him to his hotel off Fowler Avenue near USF. And that's when the night took a deadly turn, when 31 shots were fired directly into his car.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how accurate that statement is, because according to the paperwork, it was 31 9mm shell casings. However, because of the brass catcher allegedly on the 2 assault rifles, they don't know how many, or they never released how many shots was fired from that. So I believe it was more, but that's just how I'm interpreting the paperwork. But let's get back into it.
His phone was in a car that was tracked at these different places, but yet my client was never seen getting in and out of that car and was never identified as a person who was a shooter.
Hey, good point. But hey, they got video from the relative house seeing him drive up in the car with similar clothing that matches the description of the suspect from the shooting. So again, good point. But you got a long ways to go to argue that, especially if you request an Arthur hearing. So let's continue.
You see them carrying a bag large enough to what? Carry 2 AK-style rifles.
Hey, it's definitely going to be a good legal battle. I'm going to be honest. So if and when this make it to trial, it's definitely going to be one to watch. With that being said, that is the update on the bond hearing. Make sure you catch me live this morning at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time for Mickey Talks Podcast. And for those that keep asking about the 5th suspect, check this out.
At the same time, another suspect still on the run. Officials say he's considered armed and dangerous.
And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
Loudest is the weakest, give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me.